What does high score mean? New high score, is that bad? What does that mean? Should I break it?
Hello everyone, and welcome to VetAaron Gaming. I am Aaron, and tonight in King Arthur Legends Rise, we're going to do a little bit of a 2-week recap and summary video. I feel like about 2 weeks in is when you can already feel if you're really attracted to a game, if it's something you want to continue playing, or if it's just something that's not for you. And you don't want to put a ton of time into a game that's just not for you. So I'm going to do like a little 2-week summary video here. I've actually been playing for 16 days now, technically. Just started the 16th day here. So normally I would say like, yeah, I got a good feel on what's going on in this game. King Arthur Legends Rise, like if you were looking for a game that is going to keep you occupied and give you a ton of content and keep you playing, this is the game. There is so much going on that I've put out a couple of videos now, and I feel like they're just very helter-skelter all over the place because this game, there's just a lot going on, so it's hard to organize my thoughts. And eventually I'll come out with some guides on some specific stuff once I really get my feet under me, but man, there's so much in this game. I can't stress that enough. And some of you might be put off by the complexity of it, but really what I think we should be focusing on is the more there is to do in this game, the more it's going to keep player retention down the road. So I'm going to hit some highlights and some concerns I have for this game as we continue to go through it a little bit. And I'm going to talk about, heroes, game modes playable, the combat, all that fun stuff. So, and then at the end, I'm going to wrap up by doing some summons just because that's always a good time, see if we get anything good. So stick around to the very end, see if I get anything out of my summons, if I get lucky. So I have been progressing decently steadily. I don't think there's really been a single day where I haven't felt that I've gotten progression, which is weird because there's progression in so many different areas. You have your power-up dungeons. Here you have your Plane of Beasts to get these mana orbs, which will actually help you star up your characters, right? So 6 stars is the maximum. Every 10 stars or levels of your hero, you need these to bump up the next level. So it's just experience from 1 through 10 to get to 11, or unlock 10 through 20, you need these orbs. 20 to 30, unlock orbs, you get it. Then you got this guy here, Gorgos. He's getting, gold and experienced potions, so that's a nice little way to level up your heroes. Aldry here is for the relic level enhancements, and I haven't even gotten to Shrine of Storms yet, which are Awakening Flame Relics, Frost Relics, and Storm Relics specifically. So, haven't even gotten to that guy yet. But in general, these dungeons are pretty cool. Like this guy, this boar is multi-hit stuff. You have to knock down his shield before you can take him out. If you play Raid, very similar to the Fire Knight. Gorgos here, I haven't even really figured out. I'm just brute forcing Gorgos for the most part. Remove all dots. You got to kill his arms and then get him. I think you actually have to go into the battle and then it'll tell you. Well, it gives you recommended stage conditions behind my head here. So it tells you about what you should be looking at to actually complete the battle, which is nice. It gives you a ballpark of what you should be doing. Right up here with, if you push this star button, it'll tell you like your best characters for the battle. Obviously, like these guys are 7, 1, 10, and 1, and I'm like 59 and 60 here with Awakened stuff, right? Like, so those are the heroes I have that the game thinks would be best suited skill-wise. But obviously, like level 1s and stuff aren't going to get anything done. Usually they have, yeah, there are no waves for him. Usually they have a strategy. Oh, here it is. Yeah, here we go. He inflicts Scorch and can detonate damage over time effects. So you want inflict damage over time, remove, cleansing yourself, and then Gorgos Slayer. You got specific heroes that do that. So it does give you good information and good tips on who to damage or who to use to damage. As you can see here, it has their affiliation too. So like Frost obviously does more to flame guys, so you would want a lot of Frost guys heavy in that team. For the boar here, the boar is, what is that? Nothing? The boar is just awful. I cannot stand the boar. That might be like the neutral, the void for raid. Yeah, here's your Frost, and I'm assuming this last guy is Storm. So pretty cool bosses there as far as the power-up dungeons are concerned. The mechanics are all right. Pretty typical, and you need a wide base of heroes for it, right? That's the whole thing that makes hero collecting games good, is because it makes you use a wide variety of heroes. Then you got your equipment dungeons here. You got your offensive, your defensive, and then your keepsake sets, which will obviously be like your most powerful stuff here. Your corrosion, your immortal, and your strife. I haven't even unlocked this yet. I haven't had a chance to dive into it, but same thing as really like raid or eternal evolution, like different game or different equipment sets obviously give you different bonuses. So I haven't unlocked all of them, which is good. Like, you know, I haven't unlocked all this stuff, which is fine to me. I want stuff in the game. I don't want to beat the game in 2 weeks. And I am free to play at this point. I haven't gotten anything from money-wise. Like, I'm just feeling it out. And I, you know, like it'd be crazy if you beat the game this quickly. So I'm glad I haven't done that, and I'm not trying to do that. Forbidden Dungeon is just your tower climbing. Pretty cool. I got like another 5 floors today, so that was good. Heroes crack me up. So I always like that game mode to see how high you can climb. Really, really like that game mode. Here's your favorite dungeons. They unlock kind of if you're familiar with Raid again. I hate to keep using Raid as an example, but frankly, this game's so similar to Raid. There's so many familiar mechanics that I just kind of keep going back to that. But these unlock every day, and they help you awaken your heroes. So I have several steed guys, I think, and you can only use like the steed guys in it. So for the horse, steed's favor here, you can only use your steed ones, which I'm getting up there. I got some good ones. I need to get some levels on Anguish. He's a strong hero. But yeah, need to start doing some steed stuff, especially because I got to get Lancelot up there. So I'll be putting some energy into that for sure. So you got those bouncing around every day. You got to kind of plan ahead to make sure you're getting the favors that you need. And then Sealed Temple, the one I've unlocked the most recently here. You're getting your legendary stag, bull, and steed talismans, and that's how you're going to level up your heroes' passives. So, really good to start working on that too. So plenty to do just in the restricted area. Then you also have your story, your main story, which has 3 modes: normal, hard, and hell. I am on what, chapter 3? Oh, I did get to 4. I'm all the way up to 4 in hard. Really, like once you get past the main boss here in chapter 10, you're gonna cruise a little bit because this guy's kind of a nightmare. One thing I will say, just in comments about this game, like RNG is a thing. I did this guy probably like 10 times on auto because I'm playing a lot in the background as I'm doing other things. 10 times on auto and got destroyed every single time. The 11th time I just looked at my computer and it was 1. So I have seen some complaints on like Reddit and content creators saying like this game is very RNG heavy, which I think is more based on the fact that everybody's gear is low, the ascension's low. So later on, I don't think it'll be quite as RNG heavy. But right now, I mean, you're going to have to put some stuff on auto and try it 10, 15 times, and then all of a sudden you might get lucky. Because as soon as I beat him on normal mode, I blew through a couple chapters here. So RNG, the random number generator, is definitely a thing. You also have the adventure here, which is like little side mission quest things, and there's hidden stuff to find. As you can see here, I've completed 81, 89, 97, 64% there. So just more ways to get some stuff to help level up your characters. And the adventures, like the quests and everything, they're done well. In general, the story and the adventure is done well. They clearly put some time into it, and you can tell that because if you go down to the theater, it'll actually like show. You can go back and look at the little videos and stuff they've created. It's kind of interesting. They're clearly proud of their work. Oh God, where to go from here? Let's talk characters for a second. So the characters in general are very, very cool, right? They look good. They look clean. They have some decent variety to them, considering they're all like a medieval theme. So one of the things I do really like about the character system are the different mechanics, right? Like some of them are leaders, some of them aren't. They have defensive-centric, attack, and speed-centric abilities, right? Like they're getting bonuses to their abilities, their damage from the different gear and stats you can get into them. But then there's all the night, day, rain. Like there's different mechanics over where they will get bonuses when they fight, which again, you know, I keep harping on the complexity of this game, but I think it really, really has so much going on that it needs to be said. Like, later on, when everybody's been playing for a year or 2 years, you are going to need such a wide roster to accomplish all the challenges just because there's so much going on, which is a good thing, right? That leads to the longevity of the game. People aren't going to get bored because they bought everything out right away and they beat the game in 2 weeks. Like, it's just not happening in this game. I actually saw one YouTube video that asked the question, is this game too difficult? Which, it's way too early to call on that. But I would rather a game be more complex and be still really figuring stuff out than in a 2-week window being like, all right, I know everything there is to do. Now the only question is, do I want to keep going and try to get all these heroes, or am I okay just, you know, being done? I don't know. I like that idea. Anyway, so you also got your equipment here. You can level up the different sets. The filters are pretty easy to use as far as buying, selling, and filtering, so that's good. Then, of course, you have your relics. You have your fire, your cold. Oh, sorry, excuse me, up here. You have your fire, your cold, and your storm, and you can switch those around. They're going to swap your abilities a little bit. Then you have your relic strengthening, so you can actually strengthen them in different elements. So you can set up like a flame-heavy team with some of your best champions, a cold-heavy team with some of your best champions, etc., which, again, is really cool. I think it's very, very cool. And then you got your relic shards down there, which will level up even more. I did see somewhere, I haven't really messed with it too much, but I did see somewhere on Reddit that this is like the biggest improvement that you can get. And then you got your overview. It's going to tell you all of your different stats and stuff. The one thing that is kind of a bummer is it's really hard to get a read on like your abilities, except unless you go here. These are all your passives, right? So to actually get like your ability information, you either have to go all the way down here to relics, which it'll tell you, or you have to bounce out to the codex. So it's not exactly user-friendly to get to the skills right away, which I think in pretty much every other game, it's a little bit simpler to get to. But little UI stuff like that doesn't really matter to me that much. Just like to get to your heroes, you have to drag down this and then like scroll across them all. Not ideal, but not the end of the world. Some of the UI stuff, whatever. I'm sure as we get used to it more, you know, it won't be as big of a deal. But look, I mean, just in one hero, right? Like you have the equipment sets, very important. You have your relic that you have to advance and strengthen to get them more powerful. By the way, you also have 3 different kinds of relics in each of the elemental affiliations. Then you have your relic shard, right? Like there's so much going on with every hero. It's going to take a long time to level them all up. Not to mention, everything for a legendary hero is more expensive than a rare. Even like your relic leveling here. So if you go to relic strengthen advance for her, it's what, 7 of these and 5 of these. If you go to a legendary, it will be 14 and 10. It is double for the legendary. So like my heroes, I've gotten to this far in the story mode and everything with, I've been using 2 legendaries and 2 rares for the most part. So don't think just because you have 4 legendaries that that's going to be your best roster, just because it is so expensive to level them up compared to rares. And there's some really good rares in the game already that it might be easier just to go 4 rares. I mean, you really could get probably just as far, especially early on in the game, with the rares as you do the legendaries. Legendary is something you want to work on down the road. So don't get too crazy focusing on just your legendaries. All right, so there we go. We talked about heroes. We talked about some of the dungeons. We talked about the stories. I should have taken notes. One thing I do like, they do a pretty good job of kind of keeping you on path on what you want to be upgrading. If you go down here to the Royal Road, you got the Path of Honor, and it's going to give you like, hey, this is what you should be doing, clearing this story, this is what you should be pushing for. Path of Power is some of the restricted area stuff, like I have yet to clear the Plane of Beasts level 8, but it's going to give you, okay, upgrade a hero to level 45, cleared Favor Dungeon 5 times, clear Plane of Beasts 7 times, right? Like they're going to keep you kind of moving in a good direction, the same way like Raid has the challenges and stuff. And then you got your Path of Challenges here, which is just in the adventure mode. And then you got Path of Lords, which is just the building stuff, building up your castle, which we haven't even really covered yet. But then you got your power-up guide also, which is your daily missions, your weekly, and your monthly. Pretty standard in most games of this type. It's also got like information on how to upgrade heroes, equipment, and relics. That way, if you have any questions, it'll tell you exactly how to do that. So if you're like, look, I got this hero, he's not that strong, I don't even know what relics are, like, okay, then you need to go into here, into the relic section, and it'll tell you exactly what you need to level up relics, advance relics, awaken relics, and skill level up. Whew! So you got, yeah, heroes you can level up, equipment you can level up, and relics you can level up. There's just so much going on. I think I have like decent characters now, but when they're actually eventually maxed, which will be way down the road, they're going to be insane. All right, so there we go. We also have events that pop up, which are good. They just give you extra rewards for playing the game and doing certain game modes. Like, I'll do 3 more Frozen Plains here in the next 4 days, no problem. So I'll get that reward. And then you just want to keep pushing to get some of these side rewards. Very, very similar to, again, events in Raid Shadow Legends and tournaments, that kind of thing. Let's talk about clans real quick, as we just keep bumping along. I'm sorry if I'm flying through this, but like I said, there's so much to talk about in this game. I don't want to spend 30 minutes talking about it yet. So here we go. Here's the clan. The cool thing is, your clan level will give you benefits, right? So the higher clan level, you're going to get more gold and more experience from winning battles, which is pretty cool. You also have the clan raid, which basically, like, it gives you the 4 monsters. I can't open it right now to show you, which is a bummer. It's still closed right now, but it gives you the 4 monsters from your restricted area. It gives you these 4 monsters. And, like, when you kill one, then it goes to, like, level 2, and they're stronger. And then you guys kill that one, and it goes to level 3, and it's stronger. So, like, and you can use 1 team per hit, and then they're dead, right? And then you got to use more teams. So you'll be able to hit more as your roster builds, and then the whole clan will hit them. So the more you kill, the higher your rewards. So pretty interesting system compared to like the single clan boss or Hydra in Raid Shadow Legends. This one's almost like a tower that you have to climb, but it's with bosses. So kind of cool. I like that concept. Then you got your clan shop, of course. You can use currency to get some special summons and relic and, pedestal stuff you need to craft. You have specific solo missions for clan and group missions, which is pretty cool. So, again, if you guys are interested in playing this game with me, it's only downloadable on PC right now. This is still early access. It will come out for mobile devices like Android, iOS at the end of December, I believe is the current schedule. But if you, early access is going to stay. Like, when it goes global launch at the end of December, I will have all of this stuff. So if you want to get a head start, you want to play in the background on the PC that you have, please feel free to message me in the game here. We'll get you rolling in the clan, and we'll get it all set up with Discord and everything once we get some members up and rolling. Okay, so what else do we want to talk about? This is just your helpful. It'll just show you all of the different areas you can go to, which is kind of nice. Let's talk combat real quick. Combat is pretty cool. The effects are great. I do enjoy the graphics. Let's just go to one real quick. What's the highest one I can? 3-star. Because I want to show you a mechanic that's going to save time. So, unlike Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, right? Like, you can sim the battles, and it's just over instantly. It just does the mechanic for you. This, unfortunately, you do have to play out each one. But once you beat it and get 3 stars on it, then you can do 3 at a time. And there's no limit on that, right? Like, there's no tokens or auto whatever you have to use. Like, that just gives you... You can just do that as many times as you want. There's also this repeat battle. So if you have enough energy, you can just set this up to run up to 100 times. And it's going to tell you how much it's going to take. But, like, you can just set this, like, okay, I want to run it 5 times. It tells you... It does the math for you, right? Like, I have 102 stamina up here. So this will take... If I run it 4 times... at 3 attempts a pop, then it's going to take 84 stamina. So that's pretty cool. So you don't have to guess and like do math, pull out a calculator app. Just a real simple thing. So that's automatically built in, which is pretty cool. Let's just go ahead and start the battle here. Oh, I should have done Plane of Beast one, because I got to do that anyway. But it gives you the auto and the 3-time multiplier pretty quickly. I will say, just like a lot of games like Raid and Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, there are definitely times where you cannot trust the auto. I haven't noticed it as much in the story mode as I have in like the bosses. The bosses, sometimes the AI is just horrendous. But that's typical with every game. I'm not going to beat this game up about it. Just like if you do auto-equip for the gear. It's going to do a terrible job of auto-equipping your gear. It's the same thing in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. It's the same thing in Raid. If you're auto-equipping anything, it's going to do a bad job. That's just the way it's always been in every game. So yeah, there you go. There's combat, right? So there was the one 3 times. It's going to give you an MVP. You can look into the battle stats down here. It's actually behind my body. But it'll give you battle stats, offense, defense, skills used, so you can deep dive into that a little bit, which is nice. That's what you want from the game, right? Eventually, this is going to get, you know, there's going to be enough going on that you're going to want specifics on, like, okay, why is this hero not doing what they're supposed to be doing, or this hero's excelling, what's going on with that? You're going to want that information, right? Because down the road, it's going to get real competitive. So far, it's just the Coliseum for Arena. I kind of assume down the road... Oh, I got some awards. Season rankings. Hey, cool. Down the road, they'll probably end up doing like a 3v3 or something like that for other Arena. And I'm also assuming down the road there will be some kind of clan versus clan of some kind. There's no way you can keep a game healthy without some kind of clan versus clan, or guild versus guild, whatever you want to call it. So there we go. That's the rundown for 2 weeks so far. I am enjoying it. I do still feel a little bit lost. So if you also feel the same way, don't worry about it. That's pretty typical. Like, upgrading these buildings, like upgrading the market, I can see that I'm getting more options of things to buy here. Upgrading the fountain is your experience when you're not playing the game. Mage's Tower, the same thing. It's going to give you some rewards while you're not playing the game. But in general, like, I'm not entirely sure why. Like, I'm upgrading the castle. Building functions, yeah, okay, it's more iron and lumber. So I don't know if they're going to add, like, bonuses down the road that your heroes get stronger if your castle's better, or if it's going to help you in some of that clan PvP stuff. I don't know. There's still so much about this game I'm figuring out 2 weeks in, which is fine. That's the way I'd rather have it. All right, I'm going to get off my pedestal right now. That's all I want to talk about right now. If you guys have questions, feel free to throw it down below. I'll do what I can to help you. But as promised, we're going to go ahead and end the video here with some summons. We'll get you get 3 free normal summons a day. So we'll go ahead and grab our first free summon on the normal one. Rare is the highest you can get here, so don't expect too much. Although rare is pretty cool. I've gotten 1 rare, I think. In 2 weeks, I think I've gotten 1 rare off those free daily normal summons. Rate up summons, you get a guaranteed one at 60, so I don't think I'm going to use those anymore until I get close to 60 or enough crystals here. Because if you only have 5 to 10, you can supplement it with the crystals. So I don't think rate up summons are worth it unless you're going to use enough crystals or cash or whatever to get the crystals to get these summon tickets. Because I don't really think it's worth it unless you're going to go for the guaranteed. But that's just my opinion. All right, let's see. We got 10 normal summons. Then we'll do... Ooh, we can do 2 special summons. We might do those just because we're making a video. Why not? Flame, relic summons. I don't know if we'll mess with those tonight. But yeah, you know what? We're making a video. We'll do some summons. All right, let's do our regular ones first. We cannot get legendaries on this. You can only get up to rares. So let's go ahead and hope for some rares. Show me something good, game. Oh my god. Trash. Not a single rare. Horrific set of pulls. That is the absolute last thing you want to see. Alright, that's fine though. We're going to make up for it with the special summons here. Here you can get legendaries. What's the guaranteed after 41? Get a legendary, I assume? Yeah. Get a legendary. So we're not going to get the guaranteed. But let's see if we can get one. Anyway, we'll do 2 10 pulls here. We'll get wild. Come on, game. Give me some rares and legendaries. Give me that good stuff. Just one rare. Harsh. Harsh, harsh, harsh. So many uncommons. Who's our rare? Bum, bum. Ooh, K. That's awesome. I use K a lot. That is bueno. Can we level her up now, maybe? I thought I had another one of her, maybe. Where are you? Chivalry. Yeah, we do have 2 of K. Alright. So let's see. Now we're going to get uses skill 1 charge. Okay, so if you use the attack 1, you're going to charge the attack meter by 10%. So you're gaining turn meter every time you basic attack. Cool. Thanks, K. Good to see you. What else does she have down the road, out of curiosity? Nimble Steps. Grants self critical strike damage increase for the rest of battle. Nothing wrong with that. Then we're getting some evasion. Attack and crit rate percentages. Those are nice. More attack, defense, and HP. After evading, grants self Golden Boar's Resolve, which is more evasion. Okay, so she's just going to get real hard to hit. Defense, crit rate, HP, elemental compatibility. Okay. So kind of out on the skills and mainly like stat bonuses. All right. Okay, I see you. Thank you. Thank you. All right, come on. Let's get a legendary. I'm making a video. Give me a legendary. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, come on. Here we go. Here we go. Get something good. Oh, legendary. I think that's a legendary animation. Yeah, I think we got one. Yeah, the colors changed on the sword. Nice. Me. I'm uncommon. And I think there might have been a rare in there too. Maybe not. Maybe just the legendary. Who is it? Ooh, I don't think I have this one. Ooh, she's new. Who are you? Claudus. What's going on? Oh, okay. Tell me more, Claudus. You know what? We'll go to the Codex. Let's see what we got going on with Claudus here. Where is she? Oh, here she is. So she is a wolf attacker. Very cool bow. Love the look. Very, very, very cool. What do we got? So attacks one enemy, 50% chance to reduce turn meter by 20%. That's always good, especially on a basic attack. Attacks all enemies 2 times, 80% chance to reduce turn meter again, and grants allies attack speed increase. Good, good, good. And then one enemy, big time damage, chance to inflict confusion. Oh, which means they'll attack a random enemy or ally. Sweet. Alright, so she has a chance to be all kinds of fun. Let's see. Teammates with Gwyn, Alan, and Serju. Who are they? Uncommons? I don't even know who you are. Gwyn. Yeah. So it looks like they want you to build some uncommon legendary combos. Very interesting. Does Kay have friends like that? No. Do only legendaries have friends like that? See, I'm still learning so much about this game. Maybe only legendaries have friends like that. No, he doesn't know. Weird. Am I clicking in the wrong place now? No, hers are just right there right away. Maybe not everybody gets friends. Yeah, Lancelot's got a friend. Lionel. Who are you? Another uncommon? You want me to build these uncommons? I don't know about that. Where's Lionel? Are these, yep, uncommon. Alright, yeah, I don't know about that. I'll have to look into that. I'm not going to recommend that right away. Could be cool, though. Alright, but hey, got another legendary. Can't complain about that. Alright, anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up for there tonight. Just another blast of information. I know it feels like a lot. Frankly, that's because it is a lot. But hopefully you guys get involved in this game. I'm still having a lot of fun, and hopefully you will too. Questions, comments, concerns, throw it in the comments section down below. Please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And as always, have fun. Good luck.
So I got that going for me, which is nice.